Hi, this is Matthew Kaufman with TechUrchin.com, and this is the 8th tutorial with HTML, and this will be the 3rd tutorial with hyperlinks. This time with hyperlinks, we're going to play around with changing the color. Let's go ahead. I have a HTML document written up here, and you see I have YouTube.com and TechUrchin.com hyperlinked. And on our document, we have YouTube and TechUrchin right here. Now, hyperlinks automatically come in blue, and when we click on one, we're going to see that they become purple. This is just the default setting that automatically goes on any hyperlink. Now, what we call the blue hyperlink here, that's going to be called active hyperlinks. And then this clicked one that's now purple is called a visited hyperlink. And that's important when we're looking into the code and understanding what we call these hyperlinks. So that's the default. So notice we don't have any kind of coding that tells us, what color these are, but it automatically goes to that. We're going to play around with changing those colors because when you have something with like a website and you want to go with particular colors with a different color scheme, we want to make sure that we're going along with the same design and format. So in order to change hyperlink colors, we're actually going to go up into the body tag. With the body tag, go ahead and put a space. And then for the active hyperlink, which is the hyperlink before you click it, we're going to say A link. Notice I put a space between A and link. It's A space link equals, and then then put your quotation marks. Go ahead and put those in there. They may not be necessary, but they might be necessary if you're using a different code editor or if you're playing within some other code. So we'll go ahead and put that for good practice. And then for the visited hyperlink, we're going to use v-link. V-link does not have a space. I'm not sure why, but it is that way. So we're going to do it that way. And now if we want to change the color for the active link, we're going to change it. Let's say we'll make it green. And then for the visited link, we'll make it red. So when we haven't clicked on it, it will be green. When we have clicked on it, it will turn red. So let's go ahead and pop onto our browser, give it a reload, and notice the one that we have clicked on before, because it's going to go ahead and cache it into your browser, it's now red. And then the one that we haven't clicked is green. And then if I click on TechUrchin, and then we'll pop back, now it's red. So we see that we can change colors this way. Now, if you're editing a hyperlink that appears maybe in the top of your website, like maybe the home link or the archive link or different tabs, and you don't necessarily want them to change color, so we can make them the same color. We can say green and green. So no matter what, it's just going to stay green whether you click it or not. And that can be extremely useful for, like I said, when you have those top title hyperlinks at the very top of your website for redirecting to specific portions of your website that have categories, not necessarily for links that are within an article or within a page. Now, having the changing colors can be extremely useful if you have a list that people are going through and they want to keep track of where they have clicked and where they haven't clicked before, because it can be really easy to get lost when you've got a big list of links and you don't remember if you've been to certain links or not. So having those changing colors can be extremely useful in keeping organized of where you have been and where you haven't been. And that's all I have for changing colors of hyperlinks. Stick with me for the next tutorial and we'll be moving on and plugging along on these tutorials. Subscribe to the channel and stick with me for continuing tutorials in HTML.